Social psychology is a fascinating field. It explores how people think, feel, and behave in social situations. But it's more than just theories. It offers powerful tools for understanding and addressing real-world problems. By grasping concepts like social influence, group dynamics, and prejudice, we can create positive change. This essay will explore how these principles apply in various fields, offering practical takeaways for a more just and equitable world. Think about it. Our interactions with others shape our lives in countless ways. From the classroom to the courtroom, from the doctor's office to the news we consume, social psychology is at play. By understanding these dynamics, we can promote cooperation, reduce conflict, and foster a more inclusive society. This journey begins with understanding the power of social influence. How do our peers, authority figures, and even the media shape our beliefs and actions? We'll delve into the dynamics of conformity, persuasion, and obedience, uncovering both the potential pitfalls and opportunities they present. We are social creatures, inherently influenced by those around us. This influence can be a powerful force for good or ill. Conformity, the tendency to align our thoughts and behaviors with a group, can lead to positive social norms, but also to harmful groupthink. Understanding the factors that drive conformity, such as group size, unanimity, and social pressure, is crucial for navigating these complexities. Persuasion, the art of changing attitudes and behaviors through communication, is another potent tool of social influence. Effective persuasion relies on factors like source credibility, message framing, and emotional appeals. By understanding these principles, we can become more discerning consumers of information and more effective advocates for positive change. However, social influence can also lead to negative outcomes. The desire to fit in can stifle dissent and critical thinking. Persuasive techniques can be used to manipulate and exploit. Recognizing these dangers is essential for safeguarding against blind obedience and promoting independent thought. Groups are the building blocks of society. Understanding how they function is crucial for fostering cooperation and achieving common goals. The groundbreaking work of social psychologist Elliot Aronson and his colleagues on the Jigsaw Classroom provides a compelling example of how to harness group dynamics for positive change. In the Jigsaw Classroom, students from diverse backgrounds are divided into small groups and assigned different pieces of a larger task. Each student's contribution is essential for the group's success, fostering interdependence and reducing prejudice. This approach has been shown to improve academic performance, increase empathy, and reduce intergroup conflict. The principles of the Jigsaw Classroom extend far beyond the educational setting. By promoting cooperation, shared goals, and equal status contact, we can create more harmonious and productive workplaces, communities, and societies. Prejudice, a negative attitude toward individuals based solely on their group membership, is a pervasive social problem with far-reaching consequences. It fuels discrimination, limits opportunities, and perpetuates social inequalities. To combat prejudice effectively, we must understand its underlying mechanisms, including stereotypes and implicit bias. Stereotypes are overgeneralized beliefs about groups of people that often lead to prejudice and discrimination. These cognitive shortcuts, while sometimes helpful for simplifying our complex social world, can also lead to inaccurate and harmful judgments about individuals. Implicit bias, on the other hand, refers to unconscious attitudes and beliefs that influence our judgments and behaviors without our conscious awareness. Addressing prejudice requires a multi-pronged approach. We must challenge stereotypes through education and exposure to diverse perspectives. Implicit bias training can help individuals recognize and mitigate their unconscious biases. By fostering empathy, promoting intergroup contact, and creating inclusive environments, we can chip away at the roots of prejudice and create a more just and equitable society. Authority and obedience lessons from the Stanford Prison Experiment. The power of authority figures to influence our behavior is undeniable. From a young age, we are taught to obey parents, teachers, and law enforcement officials. While this obedience is often essential for maintaining order and safety, it can also lead to blind conformity and even harmful actions. The Stanford Prison Experiment, conducted by Philip Zimbardo in 1971, provides a chilling illustration of the potential dangers of unchecked authority. In this now infamous study, college students were randomly assigned to play the roles of guards or prisoners in a simulated prison environment. The experiment, intended to last 2 weeks, was abruptly halted after 6 days due to the guards' increasingly abusive behavior and the prisoners' psychological distress. The Stanford prison experiment serves as a stark reminder of the situational factors that can contribute to cruelty and abuse. It highlights the importance of ethical guidelines in research and the need for ongoing scrutiny of power dynamics in all aspects of society. By understanding the psychological mechanisms of obedience, we can develop strategies to resist unjust authority and promote ethical behavior. The influence of media shaping perceptions and behaviors. Media, in its various forms, plays a pervasive role in shaping our perceptions of the world and influencing our behaviors. From news outlets to social media platforms, the messages we consume can reinforce stereotypes, spread misinformation, and influence our attitudes and actions. The media's power lies in its ability to frame issues, set agendas, and shape public opinion. By selectively highlighting certain events and perspectives, media outlets can influence our understanding of social issues and even sway our voting patterns. The rise of social media has further amplified these effects, creating echo chambers where individuals are primarily exposed to information that confirms their existing beliefs. To navigate this complex media landscape, it's crucial to develop media literacy skills. This includes critically evaluating sources, seeking out diverse perspectives, and being aware of our own biases. By becoming more discerning consumers of information, we can resist manipulation and make informed decisions about the world around us. The healthcare field, while dedicated to healing and well-being, is not immune to the influences of implicit bias. Studies have shown that unconscious biases can affect doctors' diagnoses, treatment decisions, and interactions with patients from different racial, ethnic, and socioeconomic backgrounds. For example, research has revealed disparities in pain management, with Black patients often receiving less aggressive treatment for pain compared to their white counterparts. These disparities are not always intentional, but reflect the subtle ways in which implicit bias can shape perceptions and decision-making. Addressing implicit bias in healthcare requires a multifaceted approach. Medical schools are increasingly incorporating implicit bias training into their curricula to raise awareness and equip future physicians with tools to mitigate their biases. Healthcare institutions are implementing policies and procedures to promote equitable care, such as standardized protocols for pain assessment and treatment. By acknowledging and addressing implicit bias, the healthcare system can move toward providing more equitable and just care for all patients. Law enforcement promoting fairness and reducing bias in policing. The criminal justice system, entrusted with upholding the law and ensuring public safety, is another arena where social psychology principles have significant real-world implications. Implicit bias can influence police officers' perceptions, leading to disparities in traffic stops, arrests, and use of force. Studies have shown that Black and Latino individuals are more likely to be stopped and searched by police, even when controlling for factors like crime rates in their neighborhoods. These disparities reflect the pervasive nature of implicit bias and its potential to perpetuate racial inequalities within the criminal justice system. To address these challenges, law enforcement agencies are increasingly implementing implicit bias training, body-worn cameras, and community policing initiatives. These efforts aim to increase awareness of unconscious biases, promote accountability, and improve police-community relations. By applying social psychology principles, we can work towards a more just and equitable criminal justice system that ensures fair and impartial treatment for all. The insights of social psychology offer a powerful lens for understanding the complex social dynamics that shape our world. By grasping the principles of social influence, group dynamics, and prejudice reduction, we can become more effective agents of positive change. The examples discussed in this essay highlight the importance of applying these principles across various domains, from education and healthcare to law enforcement and media. By promoting cooperation, challenging stereotypes, and mitigating implicit bias, we can create a more just and equitable society for all. The journey towards a more just and equitable world requires ongoing effort and a commitment to social change. By embracing the insights of social psychology, we can create a brighter future for ourselves and generations to come. 1. Reflect on your own experiences with social influence. Can you identify instances where you conformed to group norms or were persuaded by others? What factors influenced your behavior in those situations? 2. How can the principles of the Jigsaw classroom be applied in other settings, such as workplaces or community organizations, to promote cooperation and reduce prejudice? 3. What steps can individuals take to become more aware of their own implicit biases and mitigate their impact on their interactions with others? 4. How can media literacy skills help individuals navigate the complex media landscape and make informed decisions about the information they consume? 5. What role can social psychology play in addressing systemic issues like racial injustice and promoting social change?